Megan's like, I've told you too much. I'm gonna get you. A small town in the middle of Ohio. Yeah, how did you get access? The deer was an accident. Someone hit the mother. So you made it a learning opportunity. Oh my god. Wow. And the cat? You didn't say anything about the cat. Yeah, it's good to learn. Yeah. It's just, it makes me a little sad. You know that? I don't know if. Hold on. I don't know if either of you have felt this before, but you know that feeling where, like, when you're a kid and you're scared that if you, if you hug one of your stuffed animals too much, the other ones are going to get jealous. So, like, and you're worried that they actually have feelings. I feel like that would be me if I had to dissect something. Even though it's dead, I would feel like it still has feelings and I'd be so scared. Oh my god. My first exposure was in a farm. Yeah, that makes sense. Cats are what were given to us for the anatomy class. Didn't ask where they all came from. Oh my god. Was this college or was it high school? Because if you got a cat in high school for that, that's a little strange. High school, really? Wow. You had a very, like, doctor-oriented school then. Lines to paper. Hello, hello. How are you today? We're currently sketching out where we're gonna place the turtles and frogs and snails in our little turtle frogs and snails piece. Does not have a name as of yet. Touched a human brain in college? Ooh. Was it squishy? Did it make a squelchy sound? I had to look at some really gross lobotomy pictures in college. That wasn't really fun because we were talking about the history of mental health, and the school I went to used to be, it was the first place in Canada where they ever did a lobotomy, was on, like, what the campus is on now, and there's tunnels underground, so it was like a mental health facility where people would live out their lives, like the rest of their lives, and they have these tunnels under there, and we had to do the tunnel tour, which is spooky as heck. And they, like, also they filmed Suicide Squad down there for some reason, like as we were walking on the tour and of the tunnels where they would, like, underground of the old grounds. We were walking, and the tour guide is like, um he's like, if you look down this sewer with a star on it, this is where they filmed Suicide Squad. And we're like, really? Wow, okay. And then he's like, and if you look to your right, that's the crematorium. It was such a weird experience, like, because, and it wasn't that people were, like, being killed, and it wasn't that, like, anything bad was happening. It was that people would live out their whole lives there and they would get old and die. So that's why they had, like, that, the morgue and everything down there. But it was just such a strange, like, here's where they filmed Suicide Squad. Ooh, ah. And here is the morgue and the crematorium. It was a lot. Future veterinarians or scientists. Yeah. Well preserved, so formaldehyde makes it hard. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I heard Canada had a lot of weird brain research. Like the so that was one of the things they were talking about is like the first lobotomy was performed here and like the first one in Canada was performed there. And they were talking about like how many they did there and it's just like it was a lot and the research that they did there they're talking about it and then they were talking about how people with mental health were treated in society as a whole in Canada versus in the facility. So it was better. They were better off there, even though like by our standards today, they weren't treated very well. You know. So it was a lot, and I was definitely terrified because that college campus is most definitely haunted and it's because of the tunnels and we were walking through the tunnels. I just like held my friend's hand the whole time. I'm like, I swear if I see a ghost, I'm out. Like, no thank you. Yeah, honestly, it's not great. They talked a little bit about it, but they didn't give us too many details because we're not like we weren't medical students or anything or like we're there for child and youth care practitioner, so it's like a um like it deals a lot with mental health, so we were learning about the history of mental health treatment and like the how it morphed into what it is today. But we didn't learn a lot about like the medical research and the brain research in general. But yeah, people back then, if you were different in any way, they were just not treated well at all. Yeah, what a great Friday topic. Let's draw turtles and snails and frogs and talk about lobotomies. Really about removing the part of the mind that made them hold their secrets. Oh, interesting. Huh. That's really I didn't know that. And that was specifically in Canada too. It became Creepy Friday.